Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today, we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, let's dive on in. So, we just seen a huge announcement from Binance with, of course, the DOJ. I'm recording this a little bit earlier in the day because I am going to be doing a lot of work on remodeling this new house. So I do apologize for this being a little bit late to the party, but nonetheless, we are going to be addressing a few things. So shout out to Credible Crypto. We do see Binance DOJ settlement is official and public. This was the last singular cloud that was looming over bulls' heads, and it's just been removed. This is the final bullhorn that broke the bear's back. Send it. And so there's a settlement of $4.3 billion. Binance did agree to it. CZ is stepping down. This is a major catalyst. Listen, we have quite a bit of catalyst, actually. I just retweeted this one from Ryan Selkis, and we do see Binance de-risking is one of the biggest catalysts we could have in crypto. Crypto is a real industry post $4 billion settlement. CZ takes a long-needed Miami vacation, market rips higher, ETFs approved in January, GOP wins 2024 election, crypto laws passed. There's a lot happening here, and there is a lot to look forward to. Listen, at the end of the day, as we look at crypto right now, things are heating up. Standardization, regulations, adoption, utility being a focus point, like everything is coming together at a perfect time, and this market is maturing. Say it with me, right? This market is maturing. We have started to see a lot of the major scams being pushed out of this market. Yes, we still have to have regulations come into the space to really kind of purge everything, but that is going to happen. Things are happening right now. Things are moving pretty quickly. We also know that there has been global regulatory frameworks being drafted and created. Their overall focus is by the end of 2025. This very well might be the last official major bull run before we have proper regulations. So now is not the time to be messing around and missing out on this big move happening behind crypto. So with that, I do want to go over here to two videos that got posted by Black Swan Capitalist over on X. We do see the market sniper just dropped a bombshell. Central banks have intentionally engineered all the financial challenges to sideline the middle class in the upcoming crypto bull market. Check this out.
You don't want anybody to make money if you're trying to hollow them out. So you first inflict immense economic hardship on them so that the necessary bull market that has to happen sees minimal participation by individuals, and the corporatocracy is the primary participants and the originators of the token. So the extreme worldly wealthy, the trillionaires of this world, are not going to allow themselves just to be broken down to 10 million because the debt markets are collapsing and they hold all the debt. They have seeded the new system, and they are the big holders in the new system, and they're going to inflate that as they deflate that. So it'll be directly proportional, and they will be absolutely maintaining and expanding their wealth, and we're going to have a bigger hollowing out of the middle and serfdom as the result. And that's the problem most people facing this crypto bull market will have, is they won't have enough skin in the game. They haven't been making enough cash. They've had spiking interest rates crush them. You don't want any.
And, you know, this is 100% facts here. Like, listen, I see the comments all the time on my videos. How could we have a bull run if retail isn't here? There's nobody has money to waste on crypto. That's the thing. We don't need retail to FOMO in order for this market to go higher. People have been trying to short Bitcoin this entire move all the way to 38K, and it's only provided more fuel to the fire. But beyond that, you also have institutional adoption and institutional focus. As we look at things right now, the most max pain scenario would be the middle class sitting on the sidelines, not having capital to invest into crypto. That's why you must be positioned. You must be positioned before the next big moves happen. I said this going all the way back to 2022 with FTX. I said, we are seeing mass shakeouts. Now is the time to be focused up. And going forward, well, we already know in just the last year alone, there's been incredible gains made from crypto. But also, this coming crypto bull run is going to be one hell of a wealth transfer. The insiders are already positioned. Now, this is the same video that got posted by Black Swan Capitalist. Of course, this is from Vandel, but outside of this, it's true, right? Like, we are about to see and witness something very interesting. But what's going to happen with regulations? Steven Naryoff gave us a little bit of an insight on what's happening. Crypto 2.0, the reboot, crypto promise, massive wealth creation for the masses, where the establishment cannot control masses. Reality, massive wealth transfer from the masses, where the establishment uses it to control the masses. Crypto solution, it's corroded at its core. Trillions siphoned off in fraud. Crypto must be cleansed of this darkness and rebooted to fulfill its original promise. This will be Crypto 2.0. Now, for a lot of people out there, they might think about this and say, well, this is terrible. But this is reality. Why do you think we are seeing the heavy hitters tapping into crypto and blockchain and DLT? Like, Crypto 2.0 is going to happen. We are going to see this entire market cleansed. And it's going to happen. Regulations are going to be the accelerator for all of this. And there was a response to Steven. You can't reboot it. It has 10 plus years of distribution in it. The attitude, however, can be changed. And what do you see from Steven? Sure you can. Rough analogy, but for those who remember, Yahoo had a dominant position in search. Then we entered the search engine's war with many vying for market share. Google came by with a completely new way of approaching and reboot it. Same happened with marketplaces until eBay pulled away with a unique approach. It's not a perfect analogy, and those weren't necessarily ideological, more technical and feature related. One solid blockchain adhering to the ethos of crypto, especially given network effects, could relegate the rest to zombie coin land. Now, if we go back over here, we do see, a few other responses. Is there enough vision / foresight or soul left in our socioeconomic marketplace to choose a go slow, intentional ideology-based alternative over the fast and flash of a most certainly centralized altcoin? No, there isn't. What crypto is missing is leadership. Someone needs to emerge who can be the face of the space and guide it. Vitalik was literally just a face. Nobody in crypto was ever looking to SBF even before the exposure. Sam Altman gave that to AI. Elon is emerging as the face in social media. Zuckerberg was never a leader. He's more like what we have today, self-interested and not challenging the status quo to move anyone but himself forward. Real leaders care more about the industry often and know they will rise if they increase the tide for everyone. I see existential risk given what many of us know. I don't want to see that, but if chunks of crypto self-implode, perhaps a leader can emerge. Not sure how much they could accomplish now anyway. And then, of course, Brad Garlinghouse gets brought up. People may not like the corporate route, but he has been through the ringer and come up with trumps. And here we have, of course, Ripple is the most professional and ethical company in crypto. You heard my views on the recording to emulate them in 2015, plus I'd often reference them in public speaking. Now, as we look at Ripple, and as we look at XRP as a currency, this is very interesting to me. Because, listen, they are the major individuals and the major company behind what's happening here. For those that are too late to the party to see it, when we look at Crypto 2.0, which is the reboot, really kind of shadowing all the nonsense and spotlighting the true utility, this is where everything changes. Listen, we have done so much research. We have done so much research on XRP. We have done so much research on Ripple. And as we look at that, and as we have done all this research, we know that Ripple has already been connected and networking with those that need to be connected and networked with in order for crypto to be taken seriously in the real world, and also for mass adoption to be achieved. And again, as we look at CBDCs, I know that it's not the most incredible topic, right? Everyone thinks that this is going to control everything and it's going to break everything down and it's this, that. As we look at CBDCs, they're going to happen whether we like it or not. But Ripple is going to be at the Digital Assets Summit on December 5th. Marcus Finger, see post below, and James Wallace, the role of commercial banks in CBDCs. Shout out to XRP Drops for this. What is the role of commercial banks in the development of CBDCs? Can commercial banks, retailers, and central banks effectively work together towards the integration of CBDCs into the broader financial ecosystem? How can they do this in practice? In relation to the technology, policy, and usability, respectively, why are they key for CBDCs to move from experimentation to real-world implementation? What challenges will commercial banks face when it comes to the successful deployment of CBDCs? How can these be addressed? And of course, here you guys have James Wallace, who is the VP of Central Bank Engagement at Ripple. He has already been focused heavily on CBDCs. We know that Ripple has also been fully focused on the end goal of the Internet of Value. And also, Ripple is already working with 5 central banks currently that are alive. And also, they are in discussions with 20 to 30 central banks. They've already been engaged on the forefront with the BIS, the IMF, the World Bank. When we look at a company and when we look at a currency that could be a leader within the space, it is Ripple. And XRP as a currency is truly one that's special. And I'm not saying that XRP has to be the number one token in the space, but I do think that it's going to be a dominant force in a utility-driven market. And who knows where the value could really go? We've talked about 3 digits. We've talked about 4 digits. Who knows, right? Everyone thinks it's crazy. But again, as we look at the world outside of crypto, those Amazons and Googles and Apples of the world, well, guess what? Everyone will doubt them along the way. XRP has its own world of utility outside of what Ripple is doing. But when you combine that with what Ripple is doing with XRP, it's a vast world of opportunity in terms of value and demand. But outside of this, we also know what the elites are planning with CBDCs. And that's making money obsolete. Shout out to 707 Crypto for this. Check this out.
What is the advantage of CBDCs? 2. 1, cut costs by making it so that the use of money printed becomes obsolete. For an economy like the Bahamas, the first country to introduce CBDCs, where you need to carry cash at high expense to different parts in different islands, this is a big advantage. And second, accelerate financial inclusion by making it so that there is a push for digitalization, and then digitalization steps into the world of money. What is the advantage?
So there you guys have it. And again, like as we look at what the IMF has been doing, you know, a lot of people think that this is not going to happen. We're not going to go, you know, fully cashless. We're not going to, you know, make cash obsolete. But why wouldn't we? Think about it. This has been their full focus since day one. Why do you think we've seen the pandemic? Why do you think that when we seen the pandemic, we had the World Economic Forum, the BIS, they were all talking about how, you know, physical cash usage has dropped drastically. It's all to pinpoint to digital currencies, digital assets. They are tapping into CBDCs not to just bring another currency into the world, but they're trying to make cash obsolete. This is from the IMF. Now, mind you, when we look at CBDCs, when we look at cash, if we see CBDCs replace cash, am I worried? Am I concerned? I would be concerned if there wasn't a third-party player here, meaning Ripple. It is essentially in our best interest to have Ripple providing technology that could alleviate some of those pain points. Now, again, is it alleviating all of our pain points and all of our, concerns? No. And I do think that we need to be concerned. I think that that is extremely healthy. But outside of this, we already know that this is happening. This has been their goal. Their goal has been set out long ago. And that's what Steven's basically telling us here with Crypto 2.0, the reboot. right? Where the promise was, oh, like the establishment cannot control the masses at all through crypto. And, we're going to completely, disrupt the way of traditional banking when Bitcoin's going to take over as the dominant currency and it's not going to be controlled by anyone and everyone's going to get rich. Like, that's not what happens. But reality here is massive wealth transfer from the masses where the establishment uses it to control the masses. And although this might not seem great for those that are actually seeing this and looking into this and being at the forefront of this by, again, doing the research, reading, studying, understanding what's happening, we are going to avoid being wiped out. Remember what I said, right? As we look at the general public, the average individual is going to get wiped out. 99%, and I would argue it's probably 99.9% of the general public can't see what's actually happening here. They haven't read the documents from the BIS, from the World Economic Forum, from, the IMF, the World Bank, you name it, right? So as we really kind of look at what's happening here, there's a revolution happening. And, this very well might be the last major bull run without regulations. But the next wave and what we see next is going to be regulations with utility being the price driver. And that's where everything changes, especially for tokens like XRP. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me over on Twitter, as well as join the free Discord down in the description below. And outside of that, if you guys do want to go get your very own crypto merch, you guys are more than welcome to over on tokenizedthreads.com. Links down in the description below, as well as in the comments below. We have a ton of some shirts, hoodies, hats, things like that. The winner in the fall drop just recently dropped. If you guys do want to go check it out, like I said, the links down in the description below, as well as in the comments below, tokenizedthreads.com. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Peace out.